behind the scenes of Kimbo. I went down yonder to the King's Lounge inside the World Series of Poker cash game table room area center, and I got dealt the ace-10 of clubs. The buy-in here, $2,000. Actually, there is no buy-in amount. You can buy in for whatever you want. Well, there's a buy-in amount, but you can still buy in for whatever you want. I chose to buy in for $2,000, which is less than other people because I'm a wussy pants. Anyway, $30, 4 different ways we go to the flop. I'm trying to flop really, really well, and I do. Comes ace, a queen, and a jack. I have a straight draw, a flush draw, a royal flush draw, a straight flush draw to the ace. I guess that's the same thing. I bet $100 into 4 people. That should scream strength. Big blind makes the call. We have a fold from the small middle position player comes along. So we're going to go 3 ways to the turn, which comes the 7 of hearts. I need to continue to apply the pressure. So the big blind checks. A middle position player is going to curl up in a fetal position and check. Gets over to me. I fire out $250. Seems like a reasonable price. I would like people to come along. And then on the river, I'd like, I don't know, the king of clubs. That'd be kind of cool. Any club would work. It doesn't make any difference. I take down the pot, and we're off to a good start for once. And then this hand ended, and we did one of those things where you play a hand to see who pays the rake, and I didn't lose. But I did notice that the rake was $24 an hour to play here, and that's just highway robbery. And if you guys know anything about me from watching this vlog, it is that I am against highway robbery. And so I decided, well, I gotta go. I got to get up out of here. I don't gotta go home, but I can't stay here. I gotta leave, but not before I go to their fancy coffee machine here and make myself a little vanilla latte. I've been super addicted to Raid Shadow Legends. It is nuts that this game is free. Well, let's get started. Click that link in the description box below. Let me tell you about the latest clan boss. Dude's name is Hydra. It might be a girl. Each one of this dude's heads, he's got 6 of them, is a different end boss. We got the head of Blight, which is poison. The head of Torment, which is exactly that. The head of Mischief, which is gonna steal your stuff. The head of Wrath, who's just so angry. The main head, which is the head of Suffering. And the head of Decay, which is gonna tear you down. All right, and if that's not enough for you, Raid is giving away a super limited edition champion, NAVI champion, and esports crazy man simple. All you have to do is from today to the 28th, log in 7 times and it's yours. Now, if you miss it, if you do not log in 7 times between now and the 28th, you're gone. Hit the link in the description box or use my QR code. We're fancy around So Rude Poker. We use QR codes. And you'll get epic champion Rector Draft.
You get 200k silver, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost, and 1 ancient shard.
So you can summon awesome champs as soon as you get started. All of this treasure will be waiting for you here. Once you're in, you can find me under So Rude, and if you're super duper fast, you join my clan. It's that easy. See you in the game. I leave the King's Lounge and get seated in the spaceship section. Seated over here on the Nebuchadnezzar. This is like the first hand I play. You know it's not a vlog unless I lose a hand with the Queen 10, right? And that's exactly what I might do. I could win though. I have the Queen 10 of spades and I decide... I can't even make up a reason for doing this. I must have been high on life or something, but I see that $45 there, and I'm like, well, that's just not it. Maybe I just grabbed the wrong color. I mean, that could make sense. I could have just grabbed the wrong color. I made it $175 to go. I guess plan A would be just to take it down right here. Although plan B is not terrible, where they call the bet pre-flop and then, you know, whiff the flop, and I just take it down, scoop up a nice little pop. But as played, because I do believe we're going to go heads up, and we are. We go heads up to the flop. It's 4-6-9, so I nailed it. Cutoff's going to check to me, and I'm going to fire out a bet here, and we're going to take it down and move on to the next pot. So I make it $200 here. The cutoff is just going to fold ace king, and the pot will be over. We'll just move on. But that's not what happens. The cutoff decides to make the call. We go to a turn, which is the king of spades, giving me a little bit of equity. I can hit a jack now to really put the... Oh, can you imagine if a jack hit, how terrible this guy would feel and how awesome that I would feel? It goes check, check, 6 on the river there, and hate to do it, but I have to give up. Like, if this goes check, I just have to check, because I'm just not going to be able, well, I don't know. Maybe I could bluff. Maybe I could get him off of the diamond draw, like the ace high. It doesn't matter, because he just bets 900, and there's just 920, and I have to throw my cards in the muck before I move on to this hand where I have the 6-3 of clubs under the gun. And you know, the most efficient thing to do here would just be to throw it away, but oh, no. That's not the game that I came to play. I didn't fly 4,000 miles across the United States of America to be folding the 6-3 of clubs under the gun. No siree. Middle position player ends up making the call, and that would be just fine and dandy if it stopped there, but it didn't. The button called, the small blind called. Now it creates a beautiful situation for the big blind. Whether he or she has a hand or not, they get to punish us, and that's what happens. It's $75. The hand should be over, but I immediately snap call it because I have 6-3 of clubs, and I can make straights and flushes. I can make straight flushes. Button folds, small blind. I do believe, since he's got position, he gets to act first every time. He is going to end up making the call. We're going to go 3 ways to a turn. Now, this is not, to a flop, I mean, this is not the worst flop I've ever seen in the world. Not the worst at all. Comes 4-5-9. I have a flush draw. I have a straight draw. These are the things that I was trying to hit. If you're going to miss, it's a good way to do it. Small blind checks. Big blind throws out $150. That's cool with me. It just doesn't seem like it's enough, though. You know, my hands, I have a strong draw, but in the end, it's just 6 high. So I make it $500 to go. And a little, I must have announced it, because otherwise the dealer would have said, no, sirree, that is a string bet if I've ever seen one. But the dealer allows it, and everybody knows that the dealers of the World Series of Poker are top notch. So I make it $500. A small blind pretended for a little while that he had a hand, and we all know he didn't. He was just pretending, because how could you go check then 150, 500 and think you might actually call it? You don't. It's not a thing. It doesn't exist. He goes all in now, though. The big blind does for $545. It's not even, I mean, it's just pennies after you put in 500. It's only $45 more. I have $45, so I make the call. Turns a king, making me, drawing slim. And then the river is a 6, meaning I'm dead, gone, can't win. Pot's over, I lose. Aces hold up, and I lost, $700 for no reason at all. That's the so rude mentality. That's what we do around here. That's a skill. I'll tell you what, missing that draw, that's a skill. And you can learn that by watching this vlog right here. Things are not going well, but luckily I don't care. I have resilience. I'm going to stay in the game. I'm going to try to get that dub. I'm going to do the grind, or whatever those nerds say. Under the gun +2 makes it $15. And then the middle position player comes over the top with a 3 bet. That's 2 poker terms. For $50, it's going to be on me eventually in the small blind. It means I'm in position. That's the 3rd poker term. And that means I get to go first after every street. I go ahead and make the call because I can flop a set, and you know what? Sets are cool. I would like to do that. We're going to go heads up, it looks like. Yeah, because under the gun +2 player can raise to 15, but can't call $35 more when there's 120 out there. Doesn't make any sense to me either, guys. Flop is king 3-6. The only thing to make me nervous out there is there's a flush draw. And I shouldn't say nervous. Nervous isn't the right word. You can't be scared to let people draw against you. You just got to make them pay to do it. Or in this case, just call when the guy bets. Middle position player makes it $75. And I'm going to throw out, I think I'm going to do the 1-chip call. The 1-chip call is pretty cool. You just throw out 1 chip. I usually do that when I don't know how much it is, but I don't care because I'm going to call. What is that, an 8 of spades on the turn? That's a pretty cool card. Is it? Is that a cool card? It is for my hand, because it means that he probably doesn't have, I mean, he can't have anything that beats me unless he just donked into 3/8, which, not worried about that. River card's a 6, giving me the stone cold absolute, it's not the stone cold nuts, but you guys know when you play Texas Hold'em, the way certain hands are played, that it's essentially the nuts, and this is essentially the nuts. I fire out $225, really hoping to get called, and actually really hoping to get raised, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. So I'm just targeting, like, what am I targeting? Like jacks and queens, I guess, because he would have called with the king already. He ends up making the call. I flip over my hand, and unfortunately for this player cannot win the pot. That's what's unfortunate for him, however, is very fortunate for us. So we're going to win this pot. It gets us off the schneid. Unpictured, I actually win a hand with king-queen versus ace-king. You're just going to have to believe me. Then I went to this party, and there's Ryan DePaulo. Greg goes all in. Jamin, we got Johnny Vibes, all kind of people. Berkey's bald head. I showed you that to show you this. And we explained to everybody what happened last night at the party?
Oh. I had the greatest kiss that I've ever had in my life.
And who gave you the kiss?
The one and only Jamie Burton.
And where was the kiss located on your body? And that's it. I think I broke even for the day. Maybe lost a little bit, maybe won a little bit. I don't know. If you guys like these videos, like, subscribe, share, and pray. Do all that fun stuff, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.